All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are going to pull back the curtain on something you've almost definitely used already today. I mean, you probably used it just to find this. We're talking about artificial intelligence.
So, when I say AI, what's the first thing that pops into your head? For a lot of us, it's straight out of the movies, right? Thinking robots, super smart computers, all that sci fi stuff. But is that really what we're dealing with? Is it all just make believe?
Yeah, not even close. The truth is, AI has totally left the lab. It's not a future thing, it's a now thing. It's basically the invisible engine that makes the modern world, well, work. So, to really get how it all fits together, we've got to start with the absolute basics.
Okay, so let's get right to it. We throw this term around all the time. But what is artificial intelligence really?
At its heart, it's pretty simple. It's all about getting machines to do things that, until now, really required a human brain. Learning, reasoning, solving tricky problems. So don't think of it like a calculator that just crunches numbers. Think of it more like a detective. It's sorting through massive piles of clues, way more than we ever could, to find patterns and figure things out.
And believe it or not, this idea isn't new at all. I mean, people were dreaming about this stuff way back in the middle of the 20th century. But for a long, long time, it was just that, a dream, a theory. So what changed? Well, a couple of huge things happened. First, computing power just exploded. It went through the roof. And second, we came up with some seriously clever new algorithms. You put those two things together, boom. That's the magic formula that took AI from the pages of science fiction and put it, well, everywhere.
Okay, so that's the big picture. But let's bring it right down to you and me. Where is this stuff actually showing up in your life? In the things you use every single day, maybe without even thinking twice about it.
You ever play a video game and the opponent just seems to know what you're going to do next? It's like it's reading your mind. Or how about this? How does your phone just know it's you and unlock in a split second? It feels like magic, right? Well, it's not. It's AI.
And this is where we see all the different kinds of AI working behind the scenes. So when you talk to Alexa or Siri and it actually understands you, that's something called natural language processing. It's literally teaching computers to speak our language. That video game character that keeps beating you, that's reinforcement learning. It's learning from trial and error, getting smarter every single time you play. And your phone unlocking with your face, that's computer vision. It's giving machines the power to see and understand the world just like we do. And honestly, the list just keeps going. It's in your smart home, figuring out your schedule to save you money on your energy bill. It's in your music app, predicting the next song you're gonna love. It's even the tech that can read your messy handwriting and turn it into digital text. AI is just quietly, constantly working in the background to make our lives a little bit easier, a little more personalized.
Okay, so we've seen AI in our pockets and in our homes. Now let's zoom way out, because these same exact ideas are being used on a massive scale to power some of the biggest industries on the planet. And this really gets to the heart of what makes AI so powerful today. Think about it. Our world is generating just an insane amount of data every single second. It's like a fire hose of information. AI is the only tool we have that can actually drink from that fire hose and find the important, meaningful patterns hidden inside all that noise. It's something no human, or even a team of humans, could ever do. It really is the invisible engine of industry. In the world of finance, it's like a security guard that never sleeps, always watching for weird transactions to stop fraud in its tracks. In aviation, it's listening to the hum of a jet engine, predicting a tiny problem before it becomes a big one. Businesses use it to see into the future, and engineers use it to test thousands of designs in the blink of an eye.
And when you let AI loose on these massive data sets, the results can be, well, pretty incredible. We're talking about a level of accuracy that starts to get really, really close to what a human expert can do. And there is no better or more important example of this than in healthcare. We now have AI systems that can help doctors analyze things like CAT scans or X-rays, spotting the faintest signs of diseases like cancer. And get this, sometimes they're doing it with an accuracy that's on par with a highly trained specialist. Now, let's be clear, this isn't about replacing doctors. Not at all. It's about giving them a superpowered assistant, a new tool to help them save more lives.
Okay, so that's the here and now. But what about what's next? Where is all of this headed? Let's take a peek at the frontier of AI.
A self-driving car is just a perfect example of how all these different AI systems have to work together. It's like a team. First, it has to see.
It uses computer vision and a ton of sensors to build a 3D map of the world around it. That's a car, that's a person, that's a stop sign. Then it has to think. Its decision-making algorithms crunch all that data, weighing millions of options every second to figure out the safest move. And finally, it has to act. It uses reinforcement learning to actually control the car, the steering, the gas, the brakes. See, think, act. It's all happening in real time. And the ambition here is just staggering. Researchers are now using AI to build simulations of the human brain to try and understand ourselves better. They're creating these ultra-realistic virtual worlds where pilots and surgeons can practice for life-or-death situations without any risk. It's all about building AI that can handle the messiness and uncertainty of the real world. But with all of this incredible power, with all this potential, comes some really big responsibilities. We just can't talk about what AI can do without also asking what it should do. And that brings us to our final and maybe most important section. And this really is the fundamental balancing act we're facing. On one hand, you have all this amazing promise, right? Unbelievable efficiency, new scientific breakthroughs, better safety and health. But on the other hand, for each of those, there's a serious challenge we have to think about. Things like job displacement, making sure the algorithms we build are fair, and of course, the huge questions around privacy and our personal data.
You know, it really all boils down to this one core challenge. The goal can't just be to build cool new things. We have to balance that drive for innovation with a deep sense of responsibility. It's not just about asking, can we do this? It's about asking, should we?
And that really leaves us with the big question, the one we all have to think about. As this technology gets more and more powerful, as it gets woven deeper into the fabric of our world, how do we make sure it's building a future that's better for everyone? How do we steer this thing in the right direction? That's the question we're all going to have to answer together.